G'day, I'm Ash. Welcome yourselves back to War Thunder, more specifically to the exploration of the War Thunder's April Fool's Arrakis desert map. So we're going to be exploring this one today. I thought I'd take out the Puma in this and just have a bit of a drive around and admire some of the craftsmanship that War Thunder has at least put into their events. Now, it's no surprise that every time they develop a ground map, it gets turned into some form of realistic map. Spaceport was an April Fool's event map that actually got turned into a ground force map, and that was using the 2077 stuff. So will this be used and turned into something like that? Who knows? But I'm here in one of the cities just outside the spawns. But I must say, the detail is quite impressive. Big dome structures with heavy fortifications and concrete, lots of walls, and these really strange Middle Eastern looking and almost, beautiful Ottoman looking Turkish temples. Although I'm not sure that's the right word to describe it, because it's got this futuristic arc with these modern turrets on the front, and there is obviously a lot of refineries and other smaller bits and pieces and componentries too. So it looks very in place for the Dune aesthetic. Now, if you haven't given the April Fool's a chance, it's up in the events tab. I played a couple of matches in it. I really just didn't enjoy playing it. So I know lots of people who have enjoyed playing it, but for me it wasn't really my cup of tea, so I opted for doing this instead. Regardless, I don't know if I'll be able to go any further in this vehicle, so we'll just turn back around and we'll head out the other way. Again, what a fascinating map this is. Right, coming up to a speed jump sort of thing. Going maximum speed, you can get a little bit of air time. Imagine what those cliffs would do in a regular realistic battle. But yes, this map, ironically, is probably better designed, in my opinion, than most of top-tier maps. There's a lot of deviations in elevation, and there are a lot of areas where you could hide from other vehicles, etc., etc. Granted, it would be a bit annoying to play on, but it wouldn't be like, for example, the likes of Tunisia or one of the other maps. Now, we're heading out to what appears to be another worm, or remnant of a worm. There's some interesting locations on the map. There's only a couple of interesting locations, and here we get spare time. Crunch. And this map is just, I don't know, it's something weird about it. I just like it. It just suits the vehicle-based combat. Now, I understand that the April Fool's event is based heavily on the RTS game, the little vehicles being representative of vehicles that came out for that Doom game from the 90s, I think it was. But here we are, we've entered the crater of what appears to be some leftover piece of the worm with a giant beast, followed by what appears to be another mining vehicle. Now, obviously, in this universe, it's cinnamon, not actual spice, but damn, doesn't it look cool. They really know how to put on a show sometimes. Look, granted, there is this other area up to the north of the map too, which looks very futuristic and very reminiscent of the movies. Got this archway over here, and there's several sort of rocky outcrops as well. And then what caught me off by surprise was the fact that there is a vehicle just sitting just here, as it looks like they're trying to build a city here with a construction vehicle, which looks absolutely impeccable. I don't know, it's not War Thunder. Whenever they do April Fool's events, the reason why I like them so much is because it's not War Thunder. Everyone, is debating whether or not they're testing some new mechanic, whether it's stingers or some sort of fire and forget missiles and things like that. I just like to enjoy the fun of the moment. Like, Tailspin was fantastic. I didn't enjoy 2077 as much, but some content creators that I have talked to have said that this feels exactly like 2077, except with a giant death worm and a couple of other mechanics. But for me, it's more just a bunch of fun exploring the map without the April Fool's event on it, because, well, I'm not a fond of ground arcade that's been sped up to oblivion and has, zoomy space radars and things. Right, we're going to orbital laser strike ourselves, and then we're going to jump in an aircraft, and we're going to show you briefly what the map looks like from the outside. Alright, second pass should do it. Bang. There we go. And I think there's nothing wrong with this map per se. It just feels like a decent map. When driving around on it, you don't feel like the map is too constrained. Like, coming into an aircraft that is quite small, granted, this map actually feels like a better map than most maps in War Thunder, and that's kind of saying something. Like even some of the newer additions to the game, like the spawns are protected. They've got you know, you can't shoot directly into a spawn. The areas of the map are different and they're unique, but not also unique at the same time. So there's a lot of interesting features to this map. I think if you put that 2 and 2 together, you really get quite an interesting sort of overview of what this map could have the potential to do. Are they testing new map types? Probably not, but considering this is better developed and certainly a lot better than say, well, Corellia or Kuban, which are some of the oldest maps in the game, does show you that there might be some interest in having a better maps in the game. Granted, this is April Fool's, who the fuck knows? It doesn't necessarily matter. Anyhow, this is Arrakis, the cinnamon planet, and we have got to go mine all the spices, or else her snail is going to crack down on us for not delivering enough silver lions. Anyhow, you've been updated. That's a quick look at the April Fool's map, as I do one every single year as much as I possibly can. This was good fun, and I enjoyed this one as much as possible. Anyway, my name is Ash. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.